Okay, everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Market Wrap-Up with myself from StatsEdgeTrading, Michael Nauss, Chartered Market Technician. Kind of a pretty lame day and pullback. I got a little bit bullish and into some stuff yesterday. Had to stop out of some of that stuff today. Market just continues to kind of chop around this area. We'll go into that for sure. If you want to make sure you get all of the screenshots for everything that I'm going to talk about in this video, a whole bunch that I'm not going to talk about, and access to my watch list, make sure you go to StatsEdgeTrading.com. The QR code's up there. You can just Google StatsEdgeTrading and just sign up for the Substack there. I send out this via Substack every night with all those screenshots and something you can just copy and paste directly into trade ideas. That will just give you everything that I'm watching and then a little note for each security, because I'm only going to go over anything that I've added or anything that I've taken in these videos. So without further ado, Bitcoin is still boring. So pretty much an inside day here on Bitcoin. Technically, maybe this falling wedge will resolve to the upside at some point. I'm not going to take that bet in, preparation for this. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to keep this on watch. If we start to break up, maybe I'll nibble some, but I really need to see a close above this upper bounds because we have all of this resistance at like 31,000 that we've been fighting for a long time. Looking at the pound or cable, so we have this area right here on pound dollar. You can see it goes back. It was highs right here, and then highs right here, and then lows right here, and lows right here. So pretty significant area here for pound dollar. So if this continues to bounce off this area, I'm looking at the lower time frames for a trade on that. And then speaking of that, also gold, which I've mentioned the last few days, holding this anchored VWAP from these lows right here. I'm looking to buy some of this gold as well. If this fails, then there's no trade, or if I'm in something, obviously I'll get out of. Looking to see if we can get a bounce back up, maybe start making new highs on gold. Okay, now let's get into the equity market. We're going to start with the SPY. I did a tweet today that just said living on the edge, and that's kind of what we're doing here in the SPY. So we talked about this area that we broke out of before. We've come right back to it, and we're holding it right now pretty much to the tick. So FOMC minutes tomorrow, so it's not like the announcement, but it is the minutes. And I expect some BS around this zone, maybe a push down, this kind of action. So if we push significantly down and close, then I need to kind of clear the decks of the long, look to see what's going to happen. Maybe at this level right here, start to look at that area. If we kind of flush and then bounce, I will start buying stuff back in. That's kind of my plan for tomorrow. Now, the only other ETF that I want to talk about here is XLV. So we're seeing healthcare actually holding. So we're seeing a lot of these defensive sectors doing really well, and the more tech and aggressive sectors doing really poorly. So XLV is doing well, so I want to make sure that if I am looking for stuff, I'm starting to kind of expand my look into these more defensive type sectors, because that seems to be what the market likes right now, and that is what we're after. So the only trades that I added today, I got 4 here. I think I wanted to go over, I want to look at ROVI, just to show people, right, that this is why I always wait. ROVI, wasn't it? RVOI? Okay, I can't remember what it was, so never mind. But there was one that I added yesterday that just kind of fell apart today, and it's just why I always wait for a close or at least a long-term hold over whatever level I'm interested in. So first we have ATI, which is iron and steel, basically pulling back to this anchored VWAP from this low right here. You can see the significance this had right in here and then also in here. So I'm liking the look of ATI if we can continue higher. Coinbase, I put back on watch, even though it's, below this zone right here. It would be over that when I'm buying, but I'm looking at the lows right here and the anchored VWAP that it's fighting there as well. We have Halo, which is a pharmaceutical company, just playing this tight base that's going on right here, seeing if I can get a breakout of that base. We have Law, LAW, right here. I'm clicking everywhere. I'm confusing everything, which is CS Disco. No idea what that is, but you can see right here, we have this prior high that we broke out of, pulled back to it. So if we can get a bounce tomorrow, I'm interested in that law. And last but not least is QNST, $10 area. Just looking to see if we can break above this $10. You can see it's been resistance here for a long time. We had a positive earnings move. Now, if we can get over 10 bucks, I like the look of that. So that is it for today. Again, I appreciate all the likes and the shares and the comments and that kind of stuff. The algos really love those. So the more you guys do that, the better. I greatly appreciate it. And I will talk to you tomorrow.